Bezrat Hashem, the Gemara this morning, Sanhedrin 41b. Amar Rabbi Yacha bar Chanina, Amar Rabbi Yassi Amar Chanan, Ad kama mevarchim achodesh. We have a mitzvah. The mitzvah is to say a blessing on the moon once a month. What happened was exactly on the fourth day of the creation. The moon and the sun, two big lights, two big luminaries, and they're giving the same intensity of light. So basically at night, it's not dark, it's day with a big light. And then the moon comes over to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and she complains and she says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's impossible to have two kings using the same crown. We have day and night, and both of us have the same type of light. So one of us should be smaller. Says HaKadosh Baruch Hu to the moon, you're right. In this case, you started the argument, so you go and become smaller. Then the moon asks a question. Did I say anything wrong? What did I say? I said that the creation needs night. She needs a little bit of dark, right? Dark in part of the day, so people can sleep. So I didn't say anything wrong. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells the moon, you're right. So you know what? In this case, we're going to fix the Jewish calendar in the lunar cycle instead of the solar cycle. As you know, there's 10 days difference between the lunar cycle and the solar cycle. The sun turns around itself. It takes the sun 365 days to complete a complete turn around itself. The moon turns around itself and it takes it 355 days to complete a full turn. So we have 365 in the solar cycle, 355 in the lunar cycle, which is 10 days of difference. And what happens is every 3 years in the Jewish calendar, we are missing 1 month, 30 days. So what happened is, Chachamim, our sages, instructed us that every 3 years, more or less, we are doing a double Adar and Adar, right? Which is called Shana Me'uberet. Why Adar and Adar? Because in the Jewish calendar, Adar is the last month of the year, Nisan is the first, so the last month of the year, we double it up, and we have Adar Aleph and Adar Bet. So we catch up to the solar system. And if you ask, but if you're catching up, so why isn't it much easier to count on the solar system? First answer, because Hashem wanted to reward the moon with the calendar and to say we're going to count on her calendar. Second thing is, the reason we do that because we have to respect the cycle of the spring, which means Shamor et Chodesh Aviv. We have to make sure that Pesach always falls on spring. If we wouldn't do Adar ve'Adar, so sometimes Pesach will be in the winter, sometimes in the summer, sometimes in the spring, sometimes in the autumn. So therefore, we have to double up the month of Adar to make sure we're getting always Pesach in the springtime. So now, the moon did not accept it. And she said, I still don't accept. I don't think I said anything wrong. So Hashem tells her, you know what? I'm going to give you children. Your children are going to be the stars. When the sun comes out, she comes out by herself. But you, when you're going to come out at night, you're going to have children accompany you. And the moon still did not accept. So Hashem said, you know what? In this case, I'll write in the Torah that I have to bring a sacrifice for the fact of diminishing the light of the moon. And then Hashem left the discussion like this, and this was, right, the punishment for the Levana, for the moon, but basically she didn't say anything wrong. So the Navi tells us, V'aya hora chama, Levana, shiv'atayim korachama. It says that to the days to come, Mashiach is going to come, Hashem is going to give back the moon its light. So the thing is, why did they make it smaller? Because there was a plan like this. And the plan was that one light should be smaller. But because she started the argument, she became smaller. She didn't say anything wrong. So therefore, she's going to get back her light. So the Gemara now, in this Gemara today, is teaching us that we have also a mitzvah once a month to make a blessing on the renewal of the moon. And when is this blessing said? At kama mevachim. Till when is this blessing said? At shititmale pgimata. Till the moon becomes full. Right? What happened is we see the moon full, and then slowly, starting the 16th of the month, she becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and by the 29th, 30th day of the month, she disappears, and then she reappears again, and she becomes bigger. So from the time she starts, her light starts diminishing, we can do Birkat HaLevana. When is it? So according to Sfaradim, it's the 15th of the month, which means Tet Vav, the night where it's Tet Vav of the month, we still can do Birkat HaLevana, and that's it. The next night, it's too late. Ashkenazim have a different count. They are counting right from the Molad, from the reappearance of the moon in the sky, and therefore in the Ashkenaz calendars, there is a date till when you can say Birkat HaLevana. Sometimes it's 15 days, sometimes it's 13, and sometimes it's 14. So they base themselves on this, but the Shulchan Aruch did not write this difference, and he wrote that you count always 15 days, and the 15th day at night, which belongs already to 16, we cannot say anymore Birkat HaLevana. From when do we start saying the Birkat HaLevana? So over here it says that you can say it from the 7th day of the month, right? Some say the 3rd day of the month. So basically what we do is on a regular, weather and normal weather, like say in the summer, in the spring, right? Sometimes in the autumn also, we try to do it always after the 7th day of the month, from 7 till 15. Right? But if in winter days, when we know that it's going to be difficult to find the moon to say a blessing, right? So then we can start already after 3 full days to say Birkat HaLevana. It's very important. That's why we try to honor this mitzvah and to be properly dressed. And the best time to do Birkat HaLevana is Motzei Shabbat, Saturday night. After we finish with shul, we go out after a bit and we do Birkat HaLevana, right? Why? Because we're dressed with a suit, we're still nice looking from Shabbat, and we're trying to honor as much as possible this mitzvah, to give the Levana, the moon, its honor, to make a blessing on it, and Bezrat Hashem, they should get back our light, and Mashiach should come. B'mera b'menu, amen v'amen.